So I got this question via my emails about how I routinely go back and check on clickers for specific emails. See, one of the things that I talk a lot about is automation around what I call a salesperson sequence. This is when someone takes the action of clicking on a link to a sales page or some other piece of content within an email multiple times over a given period of time and then automatically get a follow up sales sequence. So this individual replied to that email saying, "Hey, I get a lot of software clicks. I'm not sure I want to do that automatically. How do you address that?" So, one of the things that I do to address that is try to identify the software clickers, and I don't put them into these automatic behavioral campaigns. The second bit is routinely I will go back and check on broadcasts that I sent out and find those individuals that have clicked on those links multiple times and then manually send out emails, whether that's through Kit or through my normal inbox, reaching out to them to find out if they have any questions or furthering their buying decision. Okay. So I wanted to walk you through this manual check that I do so that you could see exactly how I do it. It's very simple and something that I would encourage you to do from time to time. Now, I don't do this for $50 products. I do this for high-end products and or services, right? So it's a manual thing. So I have to know that these people are going to be interested enough that it's worth the time for me to do these things. Okay. So this is how I do it. I would look through my broadcasts. Now, I've sometimes I label the note inside of the emails with the product idea or the products that are mentioned. Okay. So these are some of the products that might have been mentioned that people have clicked on and so on and so forth. Okay. So sometimes they don't have that, you know, note. So let's take, for example, my course, CQS. Okay. It's not typically something that I would do for this exercise, but there's a recent email, and so I could show what this looks like. Okay, so the last mention was last week on it. So what I would typically do is if I want to see if people are interested on this, I would go back a month from here. I write 6 times a week, right? So I go back 30 days and see how many people have clicked on a CQS link in that period of time. Okay, so I basically go like this. Click on this link. Okay, so I have a couple of people, couple of different links. So there's 20 individuals here. And what I would do is click then into here. So I can see the list, right? And there's 14. Now I would then click this. And if there's a blue bar that comes over because it's exceeded the pagination, I then click that. And I would go ahead and add a tag to them. I would basically say clicked on CQS on this date. Okay. Now these are temporary tags. I look at them that way, right? So I would go back a month for each individual email that I know I shared a link out that has that in there and go through those emails. And based on the clicked CQS date, if they have multiple of these tags, that's when I would send those out. Okay. I would either manually send it via my emails, my inbox, or I could create a email through Kit and send it out that way too. Either way works. Both ways have worked for me. Both ways haven't worked for me. So there's no real preference there. It's just a matter of comfort level of what you want to do versus the number of people. So if it's a significant number of people, I would encourage you to use Kit. If it's 10, 20 people, it's okay to kind of send it onesie twosie out of your inbox at that level. Okay. And that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty effective. You do have to remember where your links are. And that's kind of why I do this little notation here, so that I can then just search these broadcasts for CQS. Now that search does look at the subject line. It looks at your notes as well. So that's why I do that. Okay. So that's a way you could manually go back and retrofit people and potentially get more sales opportunities and sales conversations in a way that isn't automated, isn't clicked, right? Because then once you have these list of tags, you can then go ahead and look at them and see if they are auto clickers, right? So in other words, what an auto clicker would look like typically would be somebody, let's see if I could just pick one out here. See, this one happens to be an edu address. And so this, they've clicked on just about every email. I would say that this is probably a software clicker. This is someone who's been around a little bit longer. They've opened just about every email. I don't know. They might not be an auto clicker. And this one certainly is not. This one is not. I'm going to see if I can find a for sure person. So this edu showed up again. So they clicked on one link. If they clicked on the other link too, I would guess that yes. And so they've clicked on all of the links of the email. Definitely an auto clicker. Okay. So that's how you kind of discern who an auto clicker is not. And I do tag this person, these people, as auto clickers. I basically just tag them something that I know is a tag that I want to filter out for any sort of clicked campaigns. All right. Hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.